Hello, YouTubers, French compatriots, bootlicker shills, desolate serfs, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks, Inuits. I'm useful idiot. Welcome. And the battle over Greenland continues, and a new coalition government has been ushered in Greenland, and a lot of them are really pro-development, and a lot of them support the idea of the U.S. and Trump taking over Greenland. But the former premier of Greenland has suggested that he's going to get together with that coalition and make sure that they can move towards independence, but they're going to reject Trump's overtures about annexing Greenland. And so we'll see how that plays out. It's hard to tell from the headlines what's really going on behind the scenes. And as I pointed out in a previous video, a lot of people in Greenland feel like they have a lot to gain by a closer association or possible annexation to the United States. And that includes a lot of development of the country and defense of the country and things that Denmark hasn't been able to do financially or otherwise. And then the other part of the story, of course, is Trump keeps pushing the idea of having Greenland have a closer relationship or being annexed to the U.S. And he keeps bringing it up, and he seems very serious, and he seems to have the idea that one way or another Greenland is going to be part of the United States one way or another. And as I pointed out in another video, has to do with sea routes, has to do with minerals, it has to do with offering a lot of development to Greenland, offering Greenland defense. And Trump, as he said in his speech, one way or another, he's going to get Greenland. And he is so vociferous and adamant. It makes me wonder, because he's now kind of suggesting that there may be military involved. He pointed out that we already have military bases there. We already have military troops. And should there be a move to put more U.S. military presence in Greenland, we can't rule out the idea that Trump would invade Greenland. He really wants it pretty bad. And the same way he keeps talking about Canada being a 51st state. He won't drop that as well, and he keeps pushing that. And in both cases, it's increased Canadian nationalism, and in Greenland, it's creating somewhat of a Greenland nationalism as well. And I do find it ironic that we're discussing the idea of how outrageous it is that Putin wants to annex the breakaway regions in Ukraine using force. One difference being, of course, those areas want to be annexed by Russia. But in the context of the big picture, it is ironic that that's happening. And then Trump is alluding to the fact that there might be an illegal invasion of Greenland and annexation of Greenland, whether they want it or not. So interesting to watch this unfold. I thought the idea of Greenland being part of the U.S. seemed to be moving forward, with conservative elements being elected in Greenland, but it looks like there's going to be some consolidation there, and they're going to get on point. And as the ex-premier of Greenland said, enough is enough. He doesn't want to hear Trump talk about it anymore. But Trump is really adamant about that, and sooner or later, I expect something dramatic to happen with Greenland. Less so with Canada, of course, although he keeps pushing that. I don't see him invading Canada. Although it's interesting historically, the United States has a lot of documentation and plans that they've had written up for a couple hundred years, and have considered invading Canada on a number of occasions during the Revolutionary period, Independence period, and times after that too, as well as around World War II. The idea of Canada becoming part of the United States is something certainly the Pentagon has laid plans for, whether it happens or not. But interesting moving forward. We'll have to see. As I pointed out, I think Trump is very, very serious about this Greenland issue, and we could see something very dramatic, even with resistance from Greenland. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too?